He called him a thug, but he had no idea who was about to walk through that door. Welcome back to Wealth and Wounds, the channel where true power is revealed when the underestimated rise up. If you've ever been judged unfairly, if you've ever been called something or not, this story will hit home. Make sure you smash that like button, comment your thoughts, and subscribe, because today's story is one you won't forget. The city of Fairmont had a strange silence that night. The streets were empty, except for the hum of Malik Johnson's footsteps. Malik was 17 years old, dressed in his diner uniform after finishing a long shift. He had his textbooks in his backpack, ready to hit the books for his upcoming exams. His dream? To graduate top of his class and land a scholarship so his mother wouldn't have to break her back cleaning houses anymore. But as fate would have it, not everyone saw Malik for who he really was. The screech of tires shattered the calm. A police cruiser swerved to a stop beside him and outstepped Officer Daniels, a man known in the neighborhood for being quick with insults and quicker with handcuffs. "Where you think you're going, boy?" Daniels barked, flashlight blinding Malik's eyes. Malik lifted his hand slowly, remembering his mother's warning. "Stay calm. Don't give them a reason." "Just walking home, sir. I just got off work." Daniel scoffed. "Walking home? At this hour? In that outfit? You look like a thug. Probably up to no good." Malik's throat tightened. "I promise, I'm just heading home." But before he could finish, Daniels had him against the hood of the car, slapping cold steel handcuffs on his wrists. Windows in nearby apartments lit up. Phones came out. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains. To them, Malik looked guilty, and that was enough for Daniels. "See this?" Daniels muttered loudly, forcing Malik's head down. "This is what happens when you people wander the streets at night. Can't tell if you're walking home or casing houses." Each word stung like fire. Malik clenched his jaw, refusing to let tears fall. Deep inside, he whispered to himself, "This isn't who I am. This isn't the end of my story." By the time they reached the station, Malik felt numb. Daniels shoved him into a chair while other officers looked on. Some laughed under their breath, others turned away. Daniels puffed out his chest. "Another thug off the streets. That's one less problem for Fairmont tonight." Malik finally spoke, his voice shaking. "Why do you keep calling me that? You don't even know me." Daniels leaned down, his face inches away. "Because I've seen 100 like you. Doesn't matter where you came from, doesn't matter what you say. I know how this ends. Jail, or worse." And that's when the door opened. The mayor arrives. The atmosphere shifted instantly. In walked Mayor Evelyn Carter, a commanding black woman in her 40s. Dressed in a navy suit, she carried herself like a storm and a shield all at once. Her eyes scanned the room until they landed on Malik. "Malik? What's going on here?" The room froze. Daniel stammered. "And Madam Mayor, this boy was loitering, looked suspicious. He fit the description of..." "Description of what?" Mayor Carter snapped, stepping closer. "A thug," Daniels blurted before he could stop himself. The mayor's face darkened, her voice sharp as steel. "Do you know who you're talking about?" Daniels blinked. Some kid from the streets?" Mayor Carter stood tall. "This kid from the streets is Malik Johnson. He's not only the valedictorian of Fairmont High, he's the winner of the state debate championship. He's been accepted into the Youth Leadership Council, the same council I personally oversee." Gasps filled the room. Malik's eyes widened. He didn't even know the mayor remembered his name. Daniel's confidence cracked. "Ma'am, I didn't know." "That's the problem," Carter shot back. "You didn't care to know. You judge him by his skin and his clothes, not his character or accomplishments." The mayor unlocked Malik's cuffs herself. She placed a firm hand on his shoulder and turned him toward the stunned officers. "From this moment forward, Malik Johnson isn't just another young man in this city. He is my youth advisor. And if any officer here so much as looks at him with disrespect again, they will answer directly to me." The room was dead silent. Daniel's face burned red. He opened his mouth to argue, but the mayor cut him off. "No, you will sit with HR tomorrow morning. And if I find that this was racially motivated, and from what I've heard, I already have enough proof, your badge may not be yours much longer." Malik's heart pounded. The boy Daniels mocked as a thug was now a voice in the mayor's office. Justice had shifted in an instant. As Mayor Carter walked Malik outside, she spoke softly. Never let their words define you. They will try. They will test you. But you carry something stronger than their ignorance, the truth of who you are. Malik nodded, his throat tight. Thank you, ma'am. I, I didn't think anyone would stand up for me. She looked him dead in the eye. You've stood up for yourself every day. You chose to keep going. I'm just making sure the city sees it too. But back inside the station, Daniels wasn't finished. As the mayor's car drove away, he muttered under his breath. This isn't over. He thinks he's safe, but there are people in this city who don't want kids like him in power. If he thinks tonight was bad, wait until they get involved. The next morning, Malik woke up to the sound of his phone buzzing nonstop. Texts, calls, notifications. His arrest, or at least the part where Daniels dragged him away in cuffs, had gone viral overnight. Clips on social media showed the officer sneering, calling him a thug, while Malik said almost nothing in his defense. The hashtag Justice for Malik was already trending. But Malik wasn't celebrating, because while strangers online praised him for his composure, he knew Daniels wasn't done with him. Mom, what if he comes after me again? Malik whispered over breakfast. His mother, exhausted but unshaken, pressed his hand. Baby, when people don't like the truth, they fight it harder. But you've got protection now. You've got the mayor on your side. Malik tried to believe her, but in the pit of his stomach, fear gnawed. Meanwhile, at the precinct, Officer Daniels sat at his desk, red-faced, replaying the humiliation in his mind. The mayor had scolded him in front of everyone. She'd called him out. She'd made him look weak. And Malik? That kid had become a symbol of everything Daniels despised. He's just a punk, Daniels muttered, slamming his fist against the desk. They think he's some hero now? I'll show them. He pulled out his phone and dialed a number he wasn't supposed to use. Yeah, it's me. We got a problem. That mayor's pet project? The Johnson boy? I need dirt on him. Anything you can find. The voice on the other end chuckled. Consider it done. Back in City Hall, Mayor Evelyn Carter was already steps ahead. She had seen men like Daniels before. She knew Malik's safety wasn't guaranteed. That's why she called him into her office that afternoon. Malik, I want you to hear this from me directly, she said, her tone steady but urgent. What happened last night isn't just about you. It's about every young black man in this city who's been treated the same way. Malik nodded, his palms sweating. I know, but why me? Why now? The mayor leaned forward. Because you've already proven you can stand tall under pressure. That's what leadership looks like. I want you to join my youth justice initiative. You'll speak at schools, community centers, even council meetings. Your voice matters, Malik. Malik's heart raced. Him? Speak for the city? But what about Daniels? He asked quietly. The mayor's eyes hardened. Let me handle Daniels. I've dealt with bigger men than him. Focus on being the leader you were born to be. That night, as Malik prepared for his first school appearance, Daniels set his plan into motion. He parked a block away from Malik's neighborhood, camera in hand. If he couldn't ruin Malik with force, he'd ruin him with lies. Soon, his source provided him with fabricated documents, fake school reports claiming Malik cheated on exams, altered photos suggesting he hung out with known troublemakers, even doctored police logs implying prior arrests. Daniel smirked. Perfect. Let's see the mayor defend her golden boy after this leaks. The next day, Malik stood nervously on stage at Fairmont High, facing hundreds of students. The mayor sat proudly in the front row. He cleared his throat, voice trembling at first. My name is Malik Johnson. Some of you might know me. Others only know what you've seen online. But I want to tell you the truth. I'm not a thug. I'm not a criminal. I'm a son, a student, a worker, and a dreamer. Just like you. The room grew quiet. Last night, I learned something. You can't control what others call you, but you can control how you respond. And I responded with patience, because my future means more than their ignorance. The crowd erupted in applause. Even teachers wiped away tears. The mayor smiled proudly. But at that exact moment, Daniels hit send on his fake files to the local news station. The smear campaign. Within hours, headlines swirled online. Valedictorian or fraud. Documents suggest Malik Johnson cheated his way to the top. Malik's phone exploded again, but this time with hate. Liar. Knew you were too good to be true. Once a thug, always a thug. Malik's chest tightened. Mayor Carter, they're saying things about me that aren't true. They're saying I cheated. The mayor placed a hand on his shoulder. I know, and I know exactly where it came from. Her voice was steady, but her eyes burned with fury. That evening, she stormed into the precinct, Malik by her side. Daniels looked up smugly. Madam Mayor, he sneered. Shouldn't you be checking on your little prodigy? Word is, he's not so innocent after all. The mayor slammed a folder onto his desk. You mean these? Danielle's smirk faltered. Funny thing about forged documents, she continued. They fall apart under real investigation. The IT department traced the edits back to your computer, Officer Daniels. The room went silent. Malik's eyes widened. Daniels looked cornered. Effective immediately, the mayor declared. You're suspended without pay. Internal affairs will handle the rest. Daniels tried to speak, but she cut him off cold. This city will not tolerate officers who weaponize lies against our youth. Not under my watch. The victory, or so it seemed, as Malik walked out of the station with the mayor, relief washed over him. Justice again. But something inside him whispered unease. Danielle's hatred wasn't gone. It was just pushed underground. And sure enough, back inside, Daniels picked up his phone once more. Yeah, it's worse than we thought. The mayor's protecting him. If we're going to bring him down, we'll need help from the top. The voice on the line replied coldly. Don't worry. The boy won't see what's coming. That night, as Malik lay in bed, a brick shattered his window. He rushed to the floor, heart pounding. On the brick was a note, scrawled in red ink. You don't belong here. Next time, IT won't be a warning. Malik clutched the note, trembling. He thought Daniels was the enemy. But now it was bigger, more dangerous, because someone far more powerful was coming after him. To be continued in part 2. When a system fights back, it fights dirty. Do you think Malik is strong enough to survive what's coming next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wealth and Wounds. Because part 2 will be the most dangerous chapter yet.